The Edmonton Oilers started the playoffs in the worst way possible. 2 straight losses to the LA Kings, and just like that, they were down 0-2 and the pressure was on. People started to doubt them and thought they couldn't do what they did last year. But then, something clicked. Since those first 2 games, the Oilers have been on fire. They've gone 11-2, blowing past teams, scoring at will, locking things down on defense, and they're not just winning, they're sending a message. This team looks like a real threat to win it all, a Stanley Cup favorite, and it all starts with one player, Connor McDavid. The best player in the world didn't just step up, he took over. He's faster, he's sharper, he's hungrier. You could see it in the way he skates, the way he moves the puck, the way he controls every shift. He's not just playing, he is dominating. And when McDavid's back is against the wall, he doesn't panic, he locks in. And what makes that even more dangerous is that the Oilers aren't just playing better, they've raised the bar. And with McDavid driving the bus, this run isn't surprising anymore. It's a warning. They dropped Games 1 and Game 2 not in the greatest fashion, and they were down 0-2. The pressure was on. Heading into Game 3, the season wasn't officially on the line, but let's be honest, it practically was. And that's when the changes started. Stuart Skinner, who struggled at times through last year's playoffs and hadn't looked much better in the first 2 games this series, was out. Considering his playoff track record, no one was really that surprised. And in came Calvin Pickard. The bar wasn't high, but he cleared it. Pickard played calm, made timely saves, and did exactly what the Oilers needed him to do, which was give them stability. With the crease settled, the rest of the team followed. Game 3 was the start of something new. The Oilers were quicker, more physical, and from that point on, they never looked back. They rattled off 4 straight wins to take the series in 6 and completely flipped the script. Connor McDavid led the charge as he posted 11 points in the series, 2 goals and 9 assists, and looked like he was skating in fast forward. Every shift was a problem for LA. He wasn't just producing, he was controlling every single shift. Draisaitl matched his energy and put up 10 points of his own. He brought power, patience, and precision. Whether on the power play or at even strength, he made the Kings pay every single time they gave him space. But it wasn't just Connor and Leon. The defense improved, the depth chipped in, and the special teams took over. Suddenly, everything that felt broken in Games 1 and 2 was now working like it should. This wasn't just a bounce back, it was a full reset. The Oilers found their rhythm, fixed their flaws, and turned a potential collapse into a statement series win. Round 2 then brought a familiar opponent, the Vegas Golden Knights. The team that knocked the Oilers out back in 2023, a physical and deep squad that always gives Edmonton a run for their money. But this time, Connor thought it would be different. And in 5 games, they made sure that Vegas knew that things had changed from last time. Right from the jump, Edmonton took control and never looked back. Vegas tried to push, but the Oilers had an answer for almost everything. It was clear who had the momentum in this series, and a key storyline was Stuart Skinner. After being pulled in the first round and questioned by many, Skinner got the net back and made a statement. He closed the series with 2 straight shutouts, just steady, calm goaltending that crushed any doubt that who should be in goal. Offensively, McDavid was electric as always. He had 6 points in 5 games, weaving through defenders and setting up his running man Leon Draisaitl, who matched his pace with 6 points as well. But it wasn't just about the stars again. The defense stepped up, the depth contributed, and special teams made key plays. This was a full team effort, and things were starting to look good for the Oilers. And the Western Conference Finals started pretty rough for Edmonton, surprisingly. In Game 1, they held a 3-1 lead, and they looked like the Oilers team we had seen in the previous series. That was until everything fell apart.
When returns it to Heiskanen at the line, scores! Back to Heiskanen, and across, Randy scores! Flying loose, puck empty, net, and he scores! Steele with Sagan going to the net, and Steele scores! 3 minutes still to go here. Level fired the length of the ice and in.
Dallas scored 5 unanswered third-period goals to steal the game, leaving the Oilers absolutely stunned. The pressure mounted and Skinner was back on the chopping block, getting scrutinized for everything he did. But Edmonton didn't fold. Over the next 3 games, the Oilers outscored the Stars 13-2 and took control of the series. Skinner got back into his groove, including a key shutout that silenced critics and gave the team steady footing. McDavid and Draisaitl kept driving the offense, each putting up 7 points through the first 4 games of the series. And this isn't just talent, it's grit. The Oilers absorbed a hard loss and came back sharper and more focused. And that's the kind of resilience that every single cup contender needs. And as the series keeps going on, Edmonton's looking more and more ready for another Stanley Cup final run. One of the biggest reasons why Edmonton has been so dangerous in these playoffs and are in the position that they are is their depth scoring. It's not just Connor and Leon scoring goals, it's the whole team stepping up when it matters. So far, 18 different Oilers have scored at least one goal this postseason. That means other teams can't just focus on stopping one or two players, they need to focus on everyone. Even more impressive, 12 players have scored multiple goals this postseason, showing that danger comes from every single line in their roster. To compare, at the same point last year, after 15 playoff games, the Oilers only had 14 players with a goal and 10 players with 2 or more. This year, the balance is better and shows that Edmonton isn't just relying on their stars to win games. The players around McDavid and Draisaitl are also scoring and creating chances. Having this kind of depth is what makes a team a serious contender. When more players can score regularly, it keeps the pressure on the other team and makes it harder for them to defend. Take Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for an example. He's quietly turned into a huge difference maker this postseason, especially in this series against Dallas. In just these 4 games, he's racked up 9 points and has had multiple points in every single game. He has been great at finding open space and making smart plays, adding a completely new layer to Edmonton's attack, one that's difficult for any defense to contain. Then there's the resurgence of Stuart Skinner, which has been nothing short of a game changer. After a shaky start of the playoffs, Skinner was put back in as the starter and he hasn't looked back. His numbers speak volumes: a .941 save percentage, a .155 goals against average, and 3 shutouts since returning in the Vegas series. Those numbers don't just reflect good goaltending, they represent a goalie who's confident, composed, and able to steal games when the team needs it most. His play has lifted the entire team, giving them the confidence to press hard, knowing that their situation in net is actually situated for once. And of course, the main component of this engine that's driving everything forward remains Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. These two aren't just the best players on the team, they're the best players in the world. They currently rank first and second in total postseason points, which is really a surprise to no one. McDavid's blazing speed and vision constantly create chaos in opposing defenses, while Draisaitl's strength, size, and scoring touch keep the pressure relentless. They control the pace of the game and set the tone right from the puck drop, and I honestly don't know how you contain these guys in a 7-game series. So from early doubts against LA to now cup contenders, the Oilers have truly turned things around. What once looked like a tough road ahead is now a team in full control. They're getting strong goaltending when it counts, balanced scoring across all 4 lines, and consistent elite production from the 2 best players in the world. It's a complete effort that's driving their success. The rest of the league needs to take notice because when McDavid is this locked in, the Oilers are a serious threat, and their run is far from over.
We want the cup. The chant from the 18,000 plus in Rogers Place. Rogers back in the net now. To your point, Ray, they had 16 shots on goal to Dallas, and they carried the play in the first period.